Hello, everyone. It's me. I'm back again for another episode of our Thrive Live show. And tonight, I'm super excited to introduce you to my friend, Kim Morrison. She is a life coach and author, but she also practices access consciousness. She's a practitioner of that as well. And I wanted to bring her in to the group tonight because some of you might know Kim from our Body Love Summit that we did back in January. She was so influential to me and inspired me so much that I wanted to bring her into the group tonight. So welcome, Kim.
Thank you for having me, Jen. I'm totally thrilled to be here.
Oh, thank you for taking time.
I always love playing with you.
Yeah, we have fun. Yeah, so this is this group, the Thrive Tribe, as you know, is really a safe space for people to come and talk about, health, wellness, fitness, all those sorts of things. But I truly believe that wellness is all-encompassing, right? Emotional, spiritual, physical, all of it. And so that's why I wanted you to kind of come in here and chat with us tonight, because I first want you to explain to the audience what your gifts and talents are and why you do what you do.
Okay. Gifts and talents, I would say my biggest gift would be that I'm really intuitive and I can look into other people's worlds and see what's going on with them and help them shift and change it. Doesn't mean I'm always so good at looking at my own, but how many of us are? But when I work with my clients, I get the awareness on things and I'm like, well, how about this? Try this. Have you tried that? Are you still hanging on to, whatever or what happened? I just really pick up on what's going on in people's worlds and I can help them shift and change it usually pretty quickly and with pretty simple tools.
Well, that's a big gift. So I wouldn't just downplay that at all. That's a huge gift and a huge talent to have. So can you tell us what exactly it is that you do and why you're passionate about what you do?
Okay. What I do a bunch of different things, but mainly now I'm a coach. I call myself an empowerment coach. I'm also a published author. I've written one book on my own, contributing author in another anthology. And I love to write. It's one of the things I love to do. And I'm also an energy healer, so I do a lot of that. And why I love it is we can use, and I do use, a large part of what I do comes from the tools of access consciousness and also the energetic body work of access consciousness, because I came to that like literally 10 years ago now, and I was able to shift and change so many things in my life, like super dynamically. And so I just got into it for myself to heal myself from a pretty intense, I'll use that word, a really intense time in my life 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I got so much out of it. I would have my coaches say, well, why don't you teach this? Why don't you? And I'm like, no, I'm not a healer. I'm a office worker, And so I just got so much out of it and they kept encouraging me. And I was like, okay, why not? And I started teaching it and doing sessions with clients like energy healing. So that's what I was doing for a while. And that kind of morphed into me writing my book, my first book. And then it morphed into me coaching, because I found a lot of people who came to me for healing treatments wanted coaching as well. And I found they went really hand in hand together. And then I got more into the coaching because with the hands-on healing, you can only see so many people in person. Right. And it also limits you to people who are, in your physical community, in your city or whatever. And with the coaching, I can work with people all over the world. So that's what I love about that, is I can touch more people.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's what I love about it also, is that the possibilities are endless.
Absolutely.
And the impact you can have is so much greater, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So for the people out there listening and kind of going, okay, well, what is this access consciousness? Like, what is she talking about? It sounds easy. I really wanted you to dive in a little bit to that, if you don't mind.
Okay. So for the people who haven't heard of access consciousness, it is, for lack of a better word, it's a body of work that has, again, it has a lot of energetic, hands-on body processes that people can learn and use on themselves, with their friends, with each other, clients. You don't have to do it as a practitioner. But it also has a lot of really cool, easy, for lack of a better word, just like verbal tools and types of things that really help you shift and change things in your life. like just about like asking, like literally asking questions. It gives you tools to get out of judgment. And that's a huge part of, you know, the health and wellness industry. And you've worked in the fitness industry and how much judgment is in the weight loss industry and the health and fitness industry. Like, you know, when you go to the gym and you look at, especially women, we're so hard on ourselves. We'll look at somebody else and we'll judge them. And sometimes we're judging them because we're judging ourselves, right? We'll look at them and go, oh, how come I don't look like her?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? And so there's so much with that. Like, yeah, do you want me to like share?
Yes.
A couple of tools?
Please, I'm waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
So this is going to sound so simple that it's like, really, like, can this really work? But yes, one of the simplest things about asking questions is for you to tap into your own internal knowing. Like, we all have our own internal knowing, right? Like for the weight loss industry. Mm-hmm. You can look at somebody who eats a certain diet, and I don't even want to say a certain diet, but maybe eats a certain way. Mm-hmm. And it works fabulously for them. Mm-hmm. And then person B can do the same eating pattern, eating diet, and it doesn't work for them at all.
Right.
And there's so much judgment in the diet and weight loss industry, right? And in the fitness industry. So what if by tapping into our own internal knowing, literally you could use a simple tool such as this one. And it's like tapping into what works for you. And what they call it in Access Consciousness is tapping into your light and your heavy. And something that is light for you is true for you, and something that's heavy for you is not true for you. Mm-hmm. And that could be as simple as, hey, body, would you like to ingest this, you know, this avocado? Your body might love avocados and it kind of lights you up. And you might pick up something else. You could even pick up like something else that's considered healthy. Like, let's say it's spring when we're doing this, and asparagus is really big here right now. You might pick up asparagus and go, oh my God, this is so healthy, I have to eat it. But your body might be like, no, I don't want that. And how you can test that is something as simple as, I'll use this, a glass of water. Okay. Most of our bodies like fresh water because most of us aren't hydrated enough. What you can do literally is pick up a glass of water, okay, hold it in front of you, and just, especially if you're standing, this works really well, and it's a tool you can play with. And you say, body, would you like to ingest this glass of water? Mm-hmm. Okay, you can say it in your head so that they don't, you know, come with the white coats. But generally, most of us are not hydrated enough. So you can ask, body, would you like to ingest this water? And it's generally, for most people, their yes means their body will tip forward a bit. And again, this is a muscle that you can work, and you can use it for anything. Seriously, like you can say, body, would you? And I can feel, because I'm attuned to this, and I've gotten used to it, my body is like, yeah, can I please have some of this water? When the first time I did it, I got nothing because I was going in my head. So you really have to tap into your body, tap into your heart. Or I don't have something I don't like here, but let's say I pick up this, it's a rock. I could pull this rock and say, body, would you like to ingest this rock? And I can already feel my body's just going back a little bit.
Wow.
And it's a really simple, and test it. And why I'm testing it even with a rock is test it with something you know your body doesn't like. Mm-hmm. Like, don't try it with something that here is, oh, I don't really feel like eating, you know, whatever it is, broccoli today. And it could be, you know, or even don't try it with something like a donut where you've got judgment and like donuts are bad. Yeah. Test it with something. And you can even test it with thinking about something. Like you could think about water and, oh, body, would you like to do that? And it's usually you'll tip forward. And like with myself, sometimes my body likes to do a little kind of sideways thing first for whatever reason. And, you know, to try it with something that's a really clear indicator, try it with something for your body's no. You could try it with something like, hey, body, would you like to ingest paint thinner? Your body's going to go backwards.
Go like, I went like that just when you said that. I actually physically went backwards when you said that.
Yeah, so you just play with stuff that you already know to kind of get your baseline. And you can even play with that in the grocery store. And I use it when I remember. And you can use that for, and what the beautiful thing of this, you know, tapping into, and literally it's called the light and heavy or just tapping into your own knowing, because you can do it for food, you can do it for exercise.
Yes.
And you can literally do it for clothes. I had a shirt on an hour ago and I went, okay, body, do you want to wear this shirt for the interview? And I was standing holding it and body's like, no. And then I said, okay, is there something else in this closet that you want to wear? And I got no. And I'm like, oh, huh? And then I remembered that here in my office, I have another closet. We're switching seasons and we're really slow here. Our winter, or not our winter, but our spring is not as hot as what it normally is here. So I got, okay, I got something up here. So I looked in the closet and my eyes, just my whole body was like, whoa, I want this. And so I picked this up and I went, you want to wear this? And it was like, whoa, yes. And you can do that at the gym or even before you go to the gym. You can even say, body, do you want to go to the gym right now? Body, do you want to go for a walk right now? Mm-hmm. You know, what would you like to do? Would you like to do yoga? Maybe your body wants to have a nap.
Yeah.
You know,
I love that you said that, Kim. That is so powerful because we're so used to using external to dictate everything we do. Everything is dictated to us, and we stop learning how to intuitively use our internal wisdom to make choices. Mm-hmm. So I love that you gave a tangible technique that we can use to do that, because sometimes people say, oh, just you know, do what you think feels good. But well, how do I do that? Because we're so just turned off from what our body needs and what we know we need. So that's a really great tip. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do that this week. I'm really going to do that this week, because that, for me, I've made a transition. I'll just share with you. I used to have a regimented fitness program, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I lift weights. You know, Thursday I go to yoga. Like, I was very I scheduled it. Yes. And this is the difference I do now. I still go, I do something every day, right? I do something, whether it be I stretch, but whether I do yoga, whether I go for a run. But when I wake up, I say, what do I feel like doing today? Yeah. I still show up, but I've learned to tune in. Yes. And let that be my guide.
That's so beautiful. And the nice part of that is it takes it out of your head and it takes you out of the judgment, and it teaches you to be a little kinder to you. I mean, if you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself, she or he would say, I'm out of here. I got better friends than you. But we talk trash to ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
Like you eat the wrong thing and you berate yourself for an hour, you know, or days.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And it's I mean, look at little kids, right? Little kids will run around like crazy, and then when they're tired, they flop on the floor. They have no point of view about that. Mm-hmm. They're just like, okay, I'm tired, I'm flopping.
No judgment.
No, none. They run, they play, and yes, of course, their bodies are different, but also are their bodies different because they haven't piled all this judgment on it?
Very good point. I really like that. So that is such a great tool. And I have one more question for you. So with the access consciousness and the practices that you use, is there something that maybe you could tell our audience tonight that might help them release some of that negative self-talk, some of that judgment that comes creeping in and can't seem to go away? Is there a tool or technique that you might be able to share so that maybe we can start to, push that aside?
Absolutely. The one I love the most is access consciousness teaches us, and this is quantum physics too, right? That everything, absolutely everything is energy. Like our computers are energy, the desk, whatever. Everything is energy. And so that includes our thoughts. So if, we're in this world, everything's connected. If you follow quantum physics or believe in that, with everything being connected, that includes all thought forms, and we're all like these energetic radio receivers, right? Picking up the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of everybody for miles and miles around. Mm-hmm. So when you've got this judgment going on in your head, realize it's not likely your original thought. If you're judging yourself, where did you hear that? Where did you pick that up? You might not have even heard it with your ears per se. You might have heard it energetically. So it's a beautiful tool. And I'm going to simplify. Access calls it like, who does this belong to? Like, who does this thought belong to?
Yes.
And it's like, return that. They say return to sender, but what can be more gentle is just return to source, because it doesn't mean you're returning it to a person. Because wherever you picked it up, it could be like the collective consciousness. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you've got these negative thoughts, you can just ask yourself, who does that belong to? And like we played with the light and heavy, if you're feeling heavy when you're judging yourself, if you get these negative thoughts and you ask, who does this belong to? And it lightens up, it's not yours.
Wow.
So like return that, return that postage not paid thing to sender.
I like that.
Excuse the expression, but it's not your shit. So don't take it on.
I really like that. Yeah, that's a great tool. I think
it is.
Beautiful.
It's an amazing tool.
Kim, you're so insightful. That is so powerful, because I know there's women out there, me, myself included, that just really landed with.
Yeah. I invite people to check out it's accessconsciousness.com website. It was started by Gary Douglas over 30 years ago in California. It's in like over 173 or 175 countries in the world. And there's just a zillion really practical tools like those that I just shared.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. It's just really practical. You can go on the website, read the blogs, watch some of the videos. Mm-hmm. Just pick a tool and use it.
I love it. I love that. And I think that you kept it really simple. You know, I love that asking your body. I love that tool. And I love that it's not your shit. Don't take it on. Like,
yeah. and be gentle and kind with yourself. Like pick one tool and use it. And if you forget, like try and remember to use it throughout the day, put reminders on your phone, whatever. But be kind to you. Stop judging yourself.
I love that message. And I'm going to take that water analogy you used. I'm going to use that. I'm going to make a very conscious effort to use that throughout my week and weekend, because I think that's a beautiful thing to implement on a daily basis. Yeah,
it works. Just play with it. Don't make it too serious. Play.
Okay, no, I like that. You always talk about play, and I think that's so important. Yeah. So, Kim, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your pearls of wisdom with us. I think you're just a beautiful soul, and I love spending time with you.
Thank you.
But can you talk to our audience maybe a little bit about where they can connect with you at, the easiest way to get in touch with you if they're really resonating with you right now?
Yes. They can connect with me on my very outdated, I'm going to admit, outdated website is KimLouiseMorrison.com.
Okay.
Or right here on Facebook, just the same name as KimLouiseMorrison.com.
Okay. Facebook.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff on my website connected to the Access Consciousness work. So it's really cool.
Okay, great. Okay. And also when this post, I'll put your website in the comments so people can connect with you if they want to reach out to you individually. But thank you again for spending time with us tonight, Kim.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you soon.
Awesome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.